The architecture of a church is very important in the aesthetic of a building itself.
Its characteristics lend themselves to appeal to the emotions, whether springing from faith or from civic pride.
Even the smallest are often structures of architectural distinction, while many of the larger churches are considered priceless works of art.
Traditions of form, function, and style all ultimately derive from the early Christian architectural traditions established during the Constantinian period.
Gothic architecture is a style of architecture that flourished during the high and late medieval period. It evolved from Romanesque architecture and was succeeded by Renaissance architecture.
Fundamentally, Gothic architecture transformed both the look and style of castles and churches.
Aspects of the Gothic style of architecture developed as each town and generation sought to make their churches bigger and more ornate than any church previously built. Before the use of Gothic architecture, buildings were cold, dark, and damp. Once it came into use, Gothic architecture helped bring light and air into spaces.
Gothic architecture helped redefine the purpose of religious buildings by creating soaring, humbling environments for the contemplation of God.
Church buildings built in the Gothic style are towering pieces of architecture. The structural properties of the pointed arch, flying buttress, vaulted ceilings, large interiors, and intricate details allowed buildings of greater height and beauty. These innovations also allowed for the use of large expanses of glass that became defining decorative elements.
Catholic architecture had a much simpler look. The rooms within the building are usually limited to rectangular and cubic shapes. Unlike Gothic architecture, which is very rough looking, Catholic architecture is smooth.
Many of the Catholic churches have domes in the center of the building that become the focal points, as opposed to Gothic churches, which are more linear in their layout.
Gothic and Catholic architecture are very different in the ways that they are built, but they share common ground in serving the uses of the church.